Hello, my name is Simone Aspis. I am a Policy and Campaigns Coordinator for the Alliance for Inclusive Education. Welcome to the third webinar training session. In this session, I will be going through ALLFIE's manifesto, which sets out for politicians what they need to do to develop a fully inclusive education system, underpinned by the UN Convention, Rights of Persons with Disabilities, Article 24 principles. If you want to know more about the UNCRPD, listen to a webinar about the International Convention. We have 6 practical demands that any government must implement if we are going to secure a fully funded inclusive education system. I will take you through what each of our demands are and what are the changes needed in the current education system to make inclusive education a reality. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto Demand Number 1. Disabled people have a right to a fully inclusive education system supported by human rights laws. So we're calling for the following 2 changes in law. Children and Families Act 2014 and the Equality Act 2010 provide all disabled people with support and adjustments required within inclusive education settings. All education laws must include a statutory definition of inclusive education and comply with NCRPD Article 24 standards. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto Demand Number 2. Disabled people have a right to a coordinated education, health and social care system. Here, we are asking for a holistic approach to the arrangements of what disabled pupils and students need whilst in mainstream education. So, for example, we are talking about the provision of occupational, speech and language support and nursing and personal care. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto Demand Number 2. Disabled people have a right to a coordinated education, health and social care system. Here, we are asking for a holistic approach to the arrangement of what disabled pupils and students need whilst in mainstream education. So, for example, we are talking about the provision of occupational, speech and language therapy support, any nursing and personal care or equipment to be made available for disabled pupils and students whilst attending school, college and university. We are asking for this because too many disabled people are told if they require a lot of therapy or care that they must attend a special school or college. So we are calling for the following 3 changes in the education care system so that assessment of disabled people's support and equipment requirements must be handled by a body independent of the education provider. Disabled adults are given the option of arranging their own support and equipment in inclusive education as they currently do with their social care and access to work packages. Local authorities must arrange transport, education, health and social care support and equipment in a manner that maximises disabled pupils and students' inclusion in mainstream settings. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto Number 3. Disabled people have a right to an inclusive learning environment, which covers both buildings and interior design, lighting, acoustics, heating, visual contrast, signage, technology, and seating arrangements, for example, can affect disabled pupils and students' participation in their learning. Here are some examples of how building design can affect disabled people's ability to learn within a mainstream education setting. Some autistic people find strip lighting affects their ability to focus on their learning. Some hearing loop system users find their hearing aids are picking up all the noise in the room, so making it difficult to pay attention to what is being said by teachers and pupils. Some people with ADHD experience boredom when there are limited opportunities to move around freely in or outside the classrooms. So, we are calling for the following two changes. All education buildings must comply with the statutory building guidance, including education premises, and incorporate British Standard 8300, 2018 Code of Practices, Inclusive Design Principles. All education buildings must be designed to accommodate all disabled pupils and students, including those who are neurodiverse. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto demand number 4. Disabled people have a right to an inclusive curriculum. For too many disabled people, they are prevented from learning alongside their non-disabled peers because teachers have given little thought around their curriculum delivery. Too often, teachers have not thought about the differentiation and making the curriculum accessible for disabled pupils and students with different abilities. For example, a GCSE mathematics class that will provide disabled pupils with learning difficulties opportunities to learn concepts of money, whilst other pupils may be following the GCSE course curriculum. Apart from inclusivity of teaching the curriculum, this fifth demand also covers the representation of disabled people. For example, we want disabled people's civil rights struggles and disabled concepts. This fourth demand also covers the representation of disabled peoples. For example, we want disabled people's civil rights struggles and disability concepts included in history, sociology, and human biology course syllabuses. So we are calling for the following 3 changes. Education providers offer a broad range of curriculum. So we are calling for the following 3 changes. Education providers offer a broad range of courses, including non-academic courses for all. Curriculum design and learning materials to be adapted to accommodate pupils and students' level of understanding, style of learning, and made available in a variety of formats. A broad curriculum offer consisting of accredited courses, including better representation of disabled people and our lives. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto demand number 5. Disabled people have a right to an inclusive assessment system. This demand covers the need for assessment designers to think about how assessment criteria can mean that disabled people can be treated unfairly without good reason. For instance, there is no good reason for why most school leaving exams, such as GCSE and A-level, must be exam-based, especially if disabled people are being placed at a greater disadvantage in comparison to their non-disabled peers. We want the following 2 changes so that all education providers should be evaluated for their inclusivity alongside the academic progress rather than attainment of their pupils and students. Academic, vocational, professional and standard assessment test regulators must ensure that their assessment criteria and assessment methods reflect quality and inclusivity. ALLFIE's Inclusive Education Manifesto Demand Number 6. Disabled people have a right to an education workforce committed to inclusive education practice. We want all staff working with disabled pupils and students to be trained in the social model of disability so they understand what are the barriers that prevent inclusive education practice taking place. We want the following two changes so that continuing professional development programs which focuses on inclusive education for all education and support staff. Anyone with direct contact with pupils and students to be legally required to undertake training in inclusive education practice. For more background information about our 6 demands, please feel free to visit our website and follow the link to ALLFIE's manifesto. For more information about ALLFIE, visit our website at www.allfie.org.uk. Please contact us by emailing to info@allfie.org.uk. Our Twitter handle is ALLFIE UK. Our telephone number is 0207 737 6030. We look forward to you joining us for our next webinar on the Equality Act 2010.